welcome to Tonic Studios. Today you've got me, Karen.
And me, Alison.
I'm here to tell you everything we know about die cutting.
Oh,
Do we know much?
You're really going to rake your wings today now.
And that's the end of the show.
That's as much as we know.
You can ask us live questions as well today. So if there's something that's been bothering you that you haven't got an answer for, I can't guarantee we have an answer, but we'll try and find out if we haven't.
We'll know most of it, I think.
We'll try.
Between us. The one brain cell, we'll pass it back and forth. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Absolutely fine.
What is die cutting for starters?
Exactly.
Die cutting, obviously you're going to need a die cutting machine. We are going to use our tangerine today, as we would.
Mm-hmm.
You need die cutting plates. And basically, inside this lovely machine is 2 rollers. Your plates fit between the rollers and your dies are cut using pressure.
So they're not actually sharp, so you can run your fingers over them. You're not going to cut yourself. You can feel a raised edge.
Yeah.
But you're not going to cut yourself. The cut is all done by pressure. So
even children
yeah.
can use the die cutting machine.
Yeah, I always let my daughter use it. Always.
Why not, isn't it?
Should we say hello to some people then?
Come on then, who
So
we
we've
got?
got good morning from Miss Doll's Handmade Creations.
Hello.
Leanne Beckett is saying morning all.
Good morning.
Diamond Philip Doe is saying morning all.
Morning.
Sharon Alvis is here with
And Sharon got the cuppers. Just for Sharon. That's why we got those.
We've also got mornings from Pamela Kelf. Catherine Lester is 3:03 where she is in the morning.
Oh!
Some commitment.
You're an early bird.
Jenny Crespo from Brooklyn is saying hello.
Hello. It's
lovely.
early there as well.
Definitely.
Hello to Ann Taylor, Enid Child, Sharon Alvis, Angela Long, Jen Cray, Leo McJames,
Hey!
Christine Smith, and Victoria Dalzio? DL, thank you.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, it's lovely of you to join us. We've got lots of things to tell you today.
We've been scribbling our ideas down. It's all on paper over there, just in case we forget. So at the end, we can have a quick recall on it all.
Just to make sure we've told you everything. So we've got some hints and tips. We've got some little demos. We're gonna go for it. Do you want to do your first one?
Definitely. Right. What I thought was we had a question in from Georgina Bancroft, and she asked, how do you do a half-cut card? What is a half-cut card to start with? Let me pop a little die cut behind. So that, for me, would be a half-cut card. So the only bit on this cut, let me push it in, is up to the line. So I'm a little bit fussy doing this. Karen said, what are you doing when I made this?
Do you know what? She's so much more professional than me. I don't think Alex, he would even think that, obviously. Obviously.
Yeah, it's
Consummate professional.
So I've cut a little 5x5 card. So I like to measure, take my die out. So let's get my die ready.
She's so good, honestly. I'm like, slap it on
and
chuck it in the machine and hope for the best. If it doesn't cut that time, you do it again, to do.
So I'm going to take my die. So I want the outer edge. That's all I want at this point.
And you can do this with any die, obviously, any outer edge.
Anything.
Better if you've got a pattern to go in.
Exactly.
But you can use whatever you want.
So pop it out. Right, I'm going to make a little mark. I'm going to pop my die down roughly in the centre. And then I'm going to put a little mark at the top. So I'm going halfway down my card. So I'm actually scoring it at 7.5 inches. There we are. So we'll take the die down, because that's the one thing you don't want is your die moving.
You listening now, Kat?
Oh no, I would have taped it down. I just wouldn't have done all the marking and everything.
So let me bring the other one back now so we can have another look at where we cut in. Because I got to be honest, Georgina and I had to think about this. I haven't done it for a while. So we are cutting inside the card. So it's that bit we want to cut. It's not the outer edge, it's the inner bit. So let me move my cup. I've cluttered my desk already.
I know, and we've got little things
Which
that we
is
shouldn't
not
really
like
be
me.
showing you, but we can show you.
So pop your plates. I'm hoping you can see this.
When they coming out, Kat?
Thursday.
You know, I gave you a sneaky hint last week, didn't I, about storage? So I'm lining my plate up.
I'm going to put it out.
There we are. I'm lining my plate up with those score lines that I drew earlier. So then we're going to pop this. Hold it really steady as you're going through. And there we go. That is it. I'll go all the way through.
Might as well go through, yeah.
If you bring it back, you run a risk of it slipping.
Yeah.
So you just want the one cut. So you will have a little mark because obviously it's where your plate is. But there is my half cut. So think about now how we want this to sit. So that is how my card is going to be. So I'm going to pop my other layer, my patterned layer in the middle. Make sure I've got it the right way. And this then is beautiful, isn't it?
Good, taking my tape.
Oh, sorry.
Honest to God.
I've got your hair on
You've got
as
hair, of
well.
course you have.
Why would I not have your hair?
You can make another me out of that.
I love
That's
everybody's.
all you need, isn't it?
Everybody's sellotape. I'll share it back later.
Love a bit of second-hand tape, me.
There we are. Keep it going.
There's no waste then, is it?
No, indeed.
Exactly. Oh, we don't just use our tape once.
Oh, good Lord, no. It goes on the side of my... Oh, if you have a look
There
at my
we are.
machine upstairs, I did so much die cutting on Friday, and I had all my
I
tape
think now.
all
I
along
was
the
going. There we are. I had to think how I was folding this then. So pop that through. So there is your half cut. And then you can pop behind it your other die. So you can have it
the
looking,
outside layer again, isn't it?
outer layer again. You can have it looking like a laser card and pop your colour onto the back, or you add it to the back of your die cut.
That's fab.
So that's your half cut card.
That is amazing.
So I better give you some tape back.
I know.
Because I've hoofed it on.
Cheeky.
While you're doing that, we'll say hello to a few people. So, Sue Foot, they're saying that's a brilliant technique.
Hello, Sue.
And Diamond Phillips, though, is saying that they're going to try this now.
Oh, fab.
Which is
Oh,
great.
Excellent.
if you're doing it now, let us know if it works.
And
Let us know if you...
Tag us in your
Tag
mates
us
as
in
well.
your mail.
Definitely. I mean, you know it's the thing I love to say.
A lot of people showing some love for the tangerine.
Oh,
Oh,
do you know what? It's the best die cutting machine. I say it on all my videos, all of them. I've used every single die cutting machine. I used to have a craft shop, so I've used a lot of machines. And this is by far, without my Tonic hat on, by far
Yeah.
the best die cutting machine I have ever used. And that's not, we're out of stock. I'm not even trying to drive sales. Honestly, by far the best die cutting machine. If you're going to choose one, this is definitely the one I
absolutely. It's
go
a
with.
workhorse, isn't
Oh,
it?
it really is. It really is.
You know, if Geordie can use them and not wreck them.
Oh, you'd have to be Geordie proof. Geordie saw off
Absolutely.
quite a few machines before we got this for her.
I saw quite a few off before this
I did as well. My
mate.
first die cutting machine lasted me 3 months, and I killed that.
It's 3 months.
Yeah.
But I mean, we do so much die cutting in the office.
we
here,
really
don't
do.
we? You know, we're doing it all day long. We are testing to make sure the dies are fine to come out to you. Because if we find a problem, then you never see them.
Exactly.
Simon's watching upstairs in his office.
Oh,
Hello,
hi,
His
Simon.
cup of coffee.
Good. We've got
Cheers.
We got Anya watching from Germany.
Hello.
And Enid Child is also saying she's getting, she got up nice and early just for this.
Oh, thanks, Enid.
I know Enid hasn't been feeling very
No.
well lately.
No, she
so get well
hasn't.
soon, Enid.
Right, and what I'm going to show you, my little technique to show you is how do we, instead of die cutting, how do we emboss the pattern through onto the cardstock instead of die cutting it?
I love
Because
that
we
idea.
saw this on a card and Alex hadn't seen it before. And we saw this on a card when we were, I think it was the...
Was it Sarah? Or
No, it was Christine, and it was the Dreamcatcher.
Dreamcatchers.
And you said, you're going to have to do that.
Someone did one with...
It was impressive enough to
windows.
me.
Yeah.
It was impressive enough to me that I thought they'd be like a big, long, difficult technique. And when I went, oh, that's really impressive, you need to do a tutorial on that.
Yeah.
And you went, oh, it'll take me five seconds to explain it.
Yeah.
We used to do it quite a lot,
It was.
didn't we?
We did.
And we haven't done it for a while.
No, not at all. Right.
Take it away, Kat.
Oh, right. I've made my little notes so that I don't use the wrong plates. Although saying that, I haven't tried on this machine, and you do have different tolerances on different machines. So what I'm going to be using is the orange and raspberry with a green mat. So you're embossing mat, but I'm not using the green plate. I'm going to be using my orange plate.
It will still probably cut if you use your green plate. Or parts of it will cut anyway.
Yeah. So I'm taping my die to my... I should take that off there, shouldn't I? Taping my die onto my cardstock. I'm going to put the green mat underneath because this is the soft, rubbery, bouncy mat that it'll stop the die from cutting because you're not against a hard surface. You're against this soft surface. And I'm going to use my raspberry plate, which is the embossing folder plate. So I've got a cutting plate and an embossing folder plate. It doesn't matter because you're not cutting against any of the plates anyway. It doesn't really matter which ones you use. So we shall see if this works or if it's going to cut. I'm going to run it through. What you'll feel is... Yeah. What you'll feel is when you pop it through first, you can see that because it's a thinner sandwich than normal, it will push through the rollers because you can see it just coming out here. It'll push through the rollers until it feels the where the actual die is, where it's getting thicker from having the die as well. So we'll run it through.
Oh, it's not making enough. Oh,
little bit. There we go. Not too bad at all. So we pop that out there. And you can see here, when you take that off, you've got the most amazing texture in the shape
lovely, isn't it?
Of the die, but without it actually cutting. So I love that.
Do you remember that technique you used to do as well before? You used to put the die cut back over that.
Oh, yes.
Forgotten about that one.
So it looked like it was quilted underneath. Oh, bear with. Right.
Do you want a different colour card? Oh, you got it. Oh, look at her. She's all set.
I've got some here.
You were saying, Karen being Alison being a consummate professional, yeah?
There she is already.
Right, now I need my normal cutting plates, which is orange and a white top plate. There it is, top plate.
When these are back in stock, all your plates that you're going to need will come with it.
Yeah, just run that through. There we go, right the way through. Now, Geordie's named her tangerine. He's called Tommy. And I'm sure a lot of people have named their tangerines because Geordie does. I might have got another little top tip here for you.
Oh, let me get a...
Right. So, what's happening here is I'm using quite a thick card. This is about a 270 GSM. And we don't tend to cut a pattern die on a 270 GSM because you can see here I've got little areas, little areas that haven't cut. I mean, there's a few that have cut here and I could push them out. But the reason for this is, if you have a look where my plate is here, that was there because I always cut close to the top and the left, always place my die there. Well, this die, because it's big, it's going over the centre line. and you get more pressure on either side of your plates. There's less pressure in the middle just because of the rollers. So that hasn't cut properly there. So what we'll do is turn it 90 degrees. There we are. And the bit that hasn't cut is now going to be down here. And that will definitely cut this time.
That's a good tip, mind.
Yeah. It's down on my notes anyway. But
it is there, but
it's
to be able to show it.
It's just proof that it does happen. Thank you.
Because all machines are not the same.
And then if you want to clear your dye, Alex is going to love me. There we go. That's how I clear my dye. So there's my die cut. Looking all beautiful. Nothing left in it.
That's gorgeous dye.
It is fabulous. Absolutely.
Plus, we better give the name of the die sets that we use.
I've got one. This is called For You Elaborate Swirls Layering Die.
And this one is Lots of Love Layering Lace die set.
So this one, when you place it on top, it actually looks, you can't really pick it up, I don't think. Oh, you can a bit. It looks like, because you're placing it over the very outer cut edge, these pieces are pushing through, so they're almost looking like it's padded. I forgot we used to do that.
I had as well.
Oh, Edna used to do this a lot, do you remember?
She did. And until you did the embossing, I'd forgotten about it.
But you could feel that has settled into there now. So, you know, I can glue it down, obviously, but it's actually settled in so you can see where it goes. So that's my little tip for you.
There we are. Ching ching.
Ching ching.
Sound effects.
That's what we need. We're missing sound effects. I think I'll buy you a triangle or something.
Just a ting. Yeah. Sharon Alvis agrees with you. She thinks the top tips need a sound effect.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Right, I thought I would go through what can we cut, because we just assume that we can only cut cardstock. So I've got a few little bits and bobs here. I'm fanning through them. So we've got our classic card, which we know
cuts like a dream.
Cuts like a dream.
Absolutely.
We've got, hold on, what have I got there? No, I don't want to show you that one yet. We've got 300. These are plain edge dies. I've taken one of our tags from the luggage tag set. So that's what I'm using. And you can see all the stitching is on the card, but it will continue on everything else. We've also got our handmade papers. So everything is still there in place. Cuts like a dream.
It really does.
These have got cotton in them, but they still cut perfectly. The only thing you will have, what I would say, is when you're cutting it, cut a little piece out of the sheet that's the size of your die.
Yeah.
Because you may get a little bit of flattening. Not a lot, but you may get a little bit.
Yeah, and you don't want that. I mean, the more you run that through, the flatter it's going to get.
Exactly.
Then, isn't it? You're going to compress that raised pattern.
So what else have we got? Tissue paper. I don't even know how many sheets I put together here.
I didn't see you doing. Oh, look, see. I didn't see you doing that one. He's laughing at me.
If you're making flowers.
He's laughing at me.
Look at him laugh.
I'm laughing at what Leo's just said.
Oh, right.
Leo must have seen that.
She's suggesting you fan those pieces of paper.
Oh, do you want to fan them out, Dal?
Fan them out.
There we are. So that's 4 sheets I've cut, but you could probably cut. Oh gosh,
I don't even like to think. Yeah.
You know, if you're making flowers,
I've done that.
Put them all together, fold it all up, and run your tissue paper over the top. So watercolor card. This is a lot thicker, but it's still retained all the stitch detail. Vellum. This is quite a thick vellum. Fabulous. You know, if you're making boxes and you want a vellum inlay on them to put a little candle behind, perfect.
A battery operated tea light, because I was corrected last
There we are, battery operated tea light. I've got cork.
Stuff in my hair, I'm like.
Cork will die cut. And this has actually got a fabric backing, and I wasn't sure if it would. But yes, perfect, even with the stitching. Glitter card. Some glitter cards have got a plastic coating over the front, and it may struggle. But this hasn't got that plastic and it's cut like a dream. This is
beautiful.
our glitter card. Pearlescent card. You know you're going to have no problem with these. And then I thought I'd try something different. So I had some vinyl. So this is sticky back vinyl. Hang on, if I can get the corner. So there's your sticky.
Oh, cuts
that
really
has
well.
cut perfectly as well.
Mm.
So you know, if you want to put lettering onto caps and stuff like that,
Yes.
don't go too small with your pattern, but you can definitely do it.
Mhm.
Then we thought we'll challenge, didn't we? So we did felt, and again, that stitching is still.
You can
on
still
the
see
felt.
it. Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
You can. But the last one, and we really weren't sure on this one, but I thought, well, I'm going to try it anyway. This is 100% cotton fabric, and the stitching effect is still on it, and it cut that perfectly. So if you're a quilter that just wants basic shapes, look at your dies. If you're new to quilting, maybe you've never done it before, but you've seen it and you think, oh, I don't want to buy all that equipment again. You've got it there. Give it a go.
That's fabulous.
So that was a little selection, and I'm sure you can think of
Oh, there's going to be more.
many
I mean,
more.
we've cut so many things. We've cut balsa wood.
Yes, I
We've cut
didn't have
very
any
thin
to
balsa,
try.
haven't we?
Didn't have any in the office.
We didn't have any
this time.
left, no. But we've cut so many things with this.
Oh, we've had to go. You name it, we've cut it.
We've tried it.
The other one that
I was just going to say, you've got your next demo to go.
I did bring some acetate. Now, one is a thinner acetate. I know it's a bit hard to see, but you can see it leaves an outline. So if you've just got a plain shape, it's easy to trim because your marking is there and then you just trim it out with the scissors. But it also cut, you know, our
Construction weight.
I was going to say industrial strength there.
It is industrial strength, let's be fair.
You know when the words just not popping off your tongue. It was going to be industrial. But even that has got the perfect.
That's why there's two of us.
Oh, one
brain cell, I told you.
You had the brain
I
cell
had the
for
brain
that,
cell.
Minna. This is done exactly the same. Sometimes with thinner acetate, you'll get parts of it cut, but not all of it. But I think, you know, that's a good start if you want to use acetate.
It is. It really is.
So that's...
We had another question, didn't we, about adhesive sheets, didn't we, Alex?
Oh, yes, I think we did. I'm looking through all the questions we've
I know, there's so many, but the thing was, because we only wanted to concentrate on die cutting, we wanted a theme our weeks. We thought you could,
months, yeah.
that and all. We thought you could refer back to them then. If you've got a question on die cutting, you can perhaps have a little look, see if we've answered
the right
it.
way, yeah.
I have had a die cutting question for you.
Right.
Oh, off you go.
From Lane Beckett is asking, what thickness card do you recommend for the intricate dies?
240 GSM. We always recommend 240 GSM because that is what we test the dies on up in the craft room. So we know that they'll all cut on 240 GSM. But as you can see, I just cut probably 270.
Yeah,
It's probably about a 270.
Well,
And although I had to turn it and cut it again, I mean, that's what it'll mean. If you try your cardstock, if you think, oh, is it worth, you know, if you've got one sheet of it, perhaps don't. But if you've got, you know, if it's your general cardstock that's a little bit thicker,
give it a go.
give it a go, because it may mean cutting, turning, cutting again, like I did, because it was the card that I had with me. I mean, I would have used, to layer on top of that, I probably would have used a 216, you know, or even another 250 pearlescent. Do you know what I mean? I would have probably kept it all the same, but just give it a go. It may need an extra run through. It may need shimming, and I mean we'll talk about shimming because you just when you shim an area. So if it was
if we've done, say we've done a big area here, and you've got little patches on the side that haven't cut. Then what we would do then, it'd probably be top and bottom, I would say, rather than the sides. Just cut a little piece of card that fits the bit that hasn't cut, pop it on top of your die, a little bit of tape over it and run it through again. And you can guarantee that area will cut. Don't put a whole sheet over the top of it.
You're defeating the object, aren't you?
Exactly, because you're putting extra pressure on all your die then. You just need that extra pressure where it hasn't cut.
Al taught me that. She did. I didn't know that.
She's like, you're better than
she is. She is. Honestly.
I was going to say something then, but I won't. I won't.
Do you want to do that?
We'll do this one, shall we?
Yeah.
So what I was going to do, how do we cut these intricate dies to stick onto something like acetate? Because gluing that would be an absolute pain. I'm going to make that easy for you. And again, this could be a panel in a card. Are you making acetate cards? This is going to be perfect.
Alex never saw an acetate card either.
So I'm going to use the same die as I've used before. So it is quite intricate, as you can see. So we'll cut the outer edge first. Again, don't waste your sticky on this. So you're going to cut quite close to the size of the die. So I've got a double-sided sticky sheet.
And these are our adhesive sheets.
Yeah, if you haven't seen them before, have a little look.
Again, we've tried others.
We have tried others.
And it's not my Tonic hat or anything. We seriously have tried others and they're not as good.
Enid Child is suggesting that Alison, you're the encyclopedia of craft.
She is. She really is.
I've done it for a long time now. You know, it's been my job. So I'm always looking for new tips, new things that you can do.
And we're very lucky here to have the three guys that we've got.
Definitely.
Testing our dies and, like, from my point of view, having you to tell all these lovely people all your tips and advice. Well,
that's what we're here for. That is what we're here for. Can I borrow the plates, please?
No. Mine.
She don't share at all. I can tell you that now.
Do share.
So I'm just going to run the outer edge.
I was going to say, I'll even run it through a few things.
I'm all right. That's a bit of a da-dunk. Sounds like a train, yeah. Crafting on the hoof.
The craft carriage.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wouldn't that be lovely? Because you an Orient Express for craft. Oh, crafty holiday. Right, so I'm just lining up my die, making sure everything's even all around. Oh.
I love watching other people craft. It's weird, isn't it?
I do. It doesn't have to be paper crafting. It could be any craft for me. I could be an artist. I'm just fascinated. So pop this through.
Against this, it is. It's this mat.
I know.
Yeah, Leo pointed out that I don't think there's
are we missing
anywhere with a foot?
Probably not.
We're
probably missing a couple because they get taken on and off the desks. So again, pull your backing off. Most of this now will stay in my die. So you do have to give it a little bit of a pin out of your die.
That's the only thing with these, isn't it?
There we go. But there's not
that's not too bad at all.
So take your backing off. And again, some more bits will come off with it. Whoops. A little bit there. And a little bit there. And that is it. That's pretty good, actually.
Excellent.
And
you can't see your acetate now.
No, that's the tape. Acetate down. You've had it. So if this was an aperture on my card.
So I take these boards with you.
Yeah, go on then. If this was an aperture on my card, say my card was an acetate card, that is stuck perfectly.
And there's nowhere for it to lift. There's no little spots that haven't got adhesive on them.
Because you know when you glue it down, you're only going to glue little dots because you know it's going to spread on you. That's not going to.
And of course, it is difficult to get things to glue onto acetate as well.
Exactly. What if I wanted to put the same on the back? How would I do that?
Oh, are you going to do it again?
I'm not going to do it again, but I'll
Oh, go
tell
on.
you.
Go on.
What you would do then is, when you're die cutting, you put the sticky sheet on the top of your die. So, hang
You
on.
cut it again, didn't you? When
Cut
you,
it again.
You flip it over.
Make sure that you're cutting then through the sticky sheet and your card is on the back. And then you'll have it flipped the other way for you to pop on the back of this. So there's another top tip.
We love a top tip. Absolutely love a top tip.
Shall I clean my die now?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to do that as well.
Oh, I could have. It was in front of me. Oh, God.
Sometimes
Self, and I.
pop your fingers on the back. They'll all
Yeah.
come back and come off on your
Because
fingers.
they're sticky.
They are.
I know, I got some there as well.
And then they go on the waist then. Put them on your waist sheet, ready for the bin.
Right. And what I'm going to show you is...
Have we got any questions, Anne?
Oh, have we got any more?
Let's have a look.
Because we prepared some stuff just in case, but if we've got questions...
Anne Taylor is saying she would then colour in the spaces onto the acetate.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Should be like a stained glass window.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's a lovely effect as well.
And Victoria is
DL.
asking, is saying rather, that Ali, you've just given her a strike of inspiration there. Proper light bulb.
Oh, Vic, I'm glad I've managed to do that.
And I know what Vicky's making at the moment because I'm the one that sent the work out to her.
Excellent. Go for it, Vic. Can't wait to see it.
Fabulous. Right, what I'm going to show you is how we make card blanks. So you've got two different ways of making a card blank. You make them out of 2 die cuts. Ooh. It's really weird with this in the middle. You can't go any further.
It's like we put a wall up between.
I know.
Can we come over a bit?
No, it's fine. I need to use that now. It's fine. So we've got either do it with the two die cuts or with a folded die cut there. So we're going to do these. Right. So first of all, can I borrow your scoreboard, please?
You can.
See, she brings all the good stuff.
Well, you can't work without a scoreboard.
No.
Everybody needs
And
a
this is our,
scoreboard.
obviously, our hoogie. Oh, I need centimeters, Al. I can't do old money.
I don't do numbers though. I just do I need big chunks or little chunks?
I'm just going to score halfway down my card.
We did do centimetres when I was in school. Not often, mate. We were still inches.
Right, I'll pop that down here in a minute. And we're going to, this is for the folded one. So what we're going to do is we're going to place this die. The reason I'm doing a circle is because I want to show you something on how to straighten the bottoms as well. So I'm going to place my die
I
with
have a circle card.
top of my circle off the die cut, off the cardstock. I'm going to tip him down and run him through. You're still picking.
I'm still picking, but it's coming out really easy.
It's just because it's sticky. I mean, if that was a normal die cut, I would have smacked it on the desk by now. It would have been clean.
It would have with you. There we are. That's it.
It's a gentle tap, Alison. A gentle tap. Right, so there's my...
There we are, all clean.
So there's my die cut with my folded edge at the top, which gives me my circle card, but it's not going to stand, is it?
It's a rocker.
It's a rocker. It certainly is a rocker.
That's another tip, though.
Right.
If you weight it properly,
you can get it to
you
stand.
can get it to stand and then just tip slightly when you want it to.
Right, so if you want to get one of these cards to stand, you pop the folded edge at the back of my card against the scoreboard. I'm going to have to push this out of the way. There we go. So I need to put the back of my card. So there's the front on top. The back of my card is here, and I'm going to push it against the edge of my scoreboard. Oh, why, thank you. I'm going to score just a small portion on the bottom. There's no particular measurement. You look at it and you go, oh, that'll probably be about enough. Fold it towards you. You don't even have to trim these off. Our Jen came up with this the other day.
did.
She did, and we've been cutting these cards for years. But if you fold it, you get a little stand as well. And there's your
Genius.
circle card
That's a
stand in.
fabulous
So
idea.
because we've got the flat edge on this one, what we would do then is just cut another layer and pop it on the top. And then you've got your full circle card.
It's lovely.
But if you wanted to do it, if your die is too big for a folded piece of card, because I mean that limits the size, doesn't it?
It does.
So then you get
You can't go any bigger than
what a
the
folded
A5.
what a folded A4 is. So you get your cardstock again. Let me pop this out here because I am going to need that again. My little friend back up. So have you named your die cutting machine like Geordie's named Tommy?
Got a couple of names here.
Have you?
One is called Tango.
Oh, I love that.
I'm looking through to see who said that. That's Donna Turner.
Love that name, Donna.
Christine's got another one that I'm not going to mention. She's named Leaky, but she has said Tangerine might be on her list for Santa.
Oh, Christine. Is it Christine Smith?
No, I don't.
Right, okay.
Sorry?
Oh, right, okay. I thought you were telling me more. I was waiting.
No.
Bated breath.
The pair of us.
I know. Right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to run this through twice.
There we are, I'll back off.
Oh, I know, because I'll elbow you out the way now. I'm like, There's one, and this is, we know I'm going to get 284, but if it was a larger die set, then you wouldn't be able to get your two out of the same sheet. Actually, I'm cutting it fine here because my top one has moved.
Oh. Well, that can be glue at the back.
Yeah, be fine. It'll be fine.
Stick a butterfly over it.
Stick a butterfly over it. Just, oh, look at that. Just got it in. Lovely. So, there's our mats all over there. There's one die cut, two die cuts. Actually, because I was a little bit missing, I'll use this one. We got me two die cuts. I'm going to get my scoreboard again. So this time, my front one is going to be...
Hoof that out.
There we go. My front one is going to be a perfect die cut. And my back one, I'm going to score. I'm going to have the rougher side, because you have a right and a wrong side with die cutting. And I want the back of my card. So my back of my card is going to be here. And I'm going to score here. So I'm going to pop it up against the side and the top. So I'm getting my lines in the same place. I'm going to score here probably about 1.5 centimetres. And probably come in, I don't know, about a centimetre on the bottom. But if you do the two score lines together, this is why it's better not to cut, because we've all done it.
We've always all cut a wonky edge, haven't we?
And you stand your card up and you've decorated the front and it's all to the side like that. And then you think, oh God, I'll just trim a little bit more off. You trim the wrong side. And then it's like this.
So you trim a little more.
And in the end, you got like half a card. So one of these is going to be my glue tab, which is here. And one is going to be my little fold on the bottom, my little foot. Get some glue.
Thank you for that tip, Jen.
Oh, it's amazing. Absolutely. And the way she said it as well, she was like, I cannot believe that none of us have thought of this.
No.
We've done these so many times. So I thought, as Jen gave me that, I shall pass it on to you. I'm just going to line my two pieces up. I'm doing this without my reading glasses on, people, so, you know.
So anything for a wonky card.
I have got them, I just hadn't changed them, I forgot.
You can feel the edges.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. I can't actually see the edge. But I can feel
it's all looking a little bit blurry.
But that is, let's just press my fold down. Oh man!
Wait for it to
dry.
Yes, give your glue a chance.
Oh, I thought I did, didn't I? I wouldn't have done it otherwise.
Because I'm terrible for doing that. I pick
I
it
know.
up and then it moves.
I am very, very impatient. Let's just press it down. That's what it is. I haven't pressed it down enough.
Jen has just said it only took 4 years of crafting to use
I know!
common sense.
Common sense. Oh, it's more than 4 years for me, Jen. Let's be fair.
That's a lot more for me.
And there's your perfect card blank. And of course, you could do it with any shape. If you haven't got a circle, the only reason I used the circles because I wanted to show you what Jen had shown me. And that is that.
Perfect.
Perfectamundo.
Quick question from Anne Taylor. Which set did the circle come from?
Oh, I didn't bring that die set down with me.
think
It was one of the decorative circles that we had. Do you remember them?
Yes.
There was 3. I'll let Alex know what it is, and he'll pop it in the I'll pop it in the comments. Can I pop it in the comments?
Yeah, look for the comments.
It'll just be
afterwards.
as me.
I
Karen.
can't think what it was either.
No.
Anne was asking on Facebook, so comment on Facebook.
Oh, great stuff. Okay, I'll just pop that in the comments. And there's 3 different dies, and they've all got the circle edge, and they've all got a different. So this one has got a stitch.
One was a dragonfly.
And one just had
beautiful.
Leafy things, I think.
I can't remember what the third one was.
So they've all got something different. So you've got a dot, you've got this stitch, and I think it was a plain then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they were called decorative circles, but I'll put the name of this particular one in the comments below.
We did have a comment, and I can't remember the lady's name, asking were we ever going to do magnetic plates to run through the machines. We're not going to do them because our machines are calibrated to our plates. So if you're adding a magnetic sheet to it, you're pushing those rollers apart. So don't do that if you've got a tangerine, because you could be damaging your machine.
You could. I mean, we don't force anything through that has got too much pressure.
No.
You kind of know when to stop, if you know what I mean.
Exactly.
You know if you've got too much going through at one time. It's the same with really thick card and things like that, because you'll know sometimes you're cutting a die and you think, this is feeling really, really hard to go through. You've picked up 2 sheets of paper.
Yes, yeah.
You've got a cracking die cut on top. The one underneath isn't too clever. But that's, you think, well, there's something wrong. And it's because you've got 2 sheets of paper.
Yeah.
Things like that. Well, I've got my little hints and tips. I think we've pretty much done them all. Because, I mean, we say so many times, only cut one die at a time.
So it doesn't matter which way you do it.
No.
I'm always an outer edge first, then my pattern. But sometimes you need to do it the other way around.
Yeah.
For whatever the reason. Doesn't matter which way.
And we always tape them down.
Yes.
Only because you don't want to move in.
You're wasting cardstock
Exactly.
then. Because it's moved and you've got half a die cut. So it goes in the bin.
Look, we've done all these. Oh, we're so good. We've shimmed. we've done them all. Verso dies. We were going to explain verso dies.
So what is a verso die?
You mentioned verso dies in every
we do all the time. So what would be a verso die? So this is an outer edge. Oh, let me pull this back.
Out of the way.
So a verso die is something where we've got an outer edge, but we've also got a pattern to go in the middle. So that means that we can cut that pattern. Imagine now I haven't done the half cut on there. Hang on, we may need a piece of card in the middle to show you that. So, oh, look at that, nice piece of pink. So we could just cut the pattern into the cardstock. But then we could add that outer edge on, and then we get that effect. So that basically is a verso. So you can do a plain edge, a cut in,
and cut it out.
Or a cut out.
But always cut those 2 dies separately. We can't stress that enough. I mean, it's fine for us. We could do it because we can go down to the warehouse and get another die. But you can't do that. We don't.
We don't.
No.
We do. This is exactly how we craft as well. We do one at a time. It may take you a couple of seconds more, but it's worth not having your dies in the bin.
Definitely.
And ruined.
Definitely.
Sharon has suggested one day at a time is a new crafty inspirational quote.
One day at a time.
You don't want me singing that one?
But I think we've covered as much as we can think of. We obviously know a lot more things than we say because it's second nature. We've done these things for so long that if there's anything that you think or anything you've seen that we've kind of glossed over, and because it's second nature to us.
And you can do that in any of our videos, mind.
Let us know.
Not just this.
Let us know.
Ask how we've done it in any of them, and we'll explain it to you.
We will.
Because sometimes it's that thing you don't know until you see it. You don't know, you don't know it.
You don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
Someone's always reading the comments on the videos, so even if it's a make that we're not doing live, just leave a comment on it. We'll pass it on to you guys.
Excellent.
And we'll answer it.
And we will. We always do.
And we'll drag him into the studio and get
him to do it for you. Well, I think that's it for today. I don't even know how long we've been filming.
So
no, me.
50 minutes here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Your tea's gone cold now.
I know. Thank you for sticking with us. We've talked a lot.
We have.
We talk
a lot anyway. Alex is laughing there.
I know.
How rude.
He knows. But thank you for joining us. Don't forget, tag us in your mix. We love to see what you're making.
We do.
And you can follow us. We've got so many socials now. I'm not even going to think of saying them. We've got our website.
They're on the bottom of the
you can put
them look at
down here. Follow us on our socials. Alex is really good and he's so prepared.
And share them as well.
Yeah.
Don't just follow us. Share them with your friends. Because they may get a little bit of information out of it as well.
You never know.
What are we going to do for next month?
I'm thinking adhesives.
I think so too. Because we've had a couple of questions about it. So that's what we're gonna deal with next month.
I think so.
Get your questions in, pop them in the comments below, and we'll try and answer them as best we can.
Yeah. What we know.
Yeah, we can't tell you what we don't know.
What we don't know. We don't know what we don't know either.
Thanks for joining us. See you again.
Happy crafting.
Bye.